Yes, sir. Look, 2020 has just been one of the most bugged out years of all time. Of course, it's been the great revealing of everything. Everybody showing their true colors, what they about, their opinions, and what they really for and shit like that. You're a single man. You're seeing what these broads that's out here in this cesspool called America are all about. They worship themselves. They don't give a fuck about your opinion. You can't tell them anything. That's cool. Just let them do all bad by themselves. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be happy and she's going to be miserable because she has to settle for a partner that was not her top 10 choice. That's why these women so miserable later in life, because they're with a man that they never wanted to be with. That's another story for another day. This video is about how 2020 is the great revealing, and in all jokes, there lies truth. The woman in the bottom right corner, her name is Garcelle Beauvoir. I believe that's how you pronounce it. She's most known for her role on the Jamie Foxx show at playing Fancy. You could search her up. If you don't recognize her, it's not a big fucking deal. You're not missing much. But basically, this little goofy panel right here, they're gonna say some shit, and it's just hilarious. It's just hilarious that she's gonna confirm what's gonna happen to these modern day females if they don't switch they act up sooner than later. Trust and believe. Even right now, these broads are mad sexual. But they're gonna have to understand you better change your shit. You better switch your shit up. You need a full 180 before you turn this shit into a lifestyle. I'm gonna let them speak so I can let you know where I'm going with this. And on a side note, why does it feel like when every female gets into a little relationship with a so-called black man, they whole swag switches up? Talking about this broad in the bottom left, Jeannie, who's apparently dating Jeezy and whatnot. Now this broad rocking chains and got like, stop the madness, man. That's another story.
Yeah,
right?
all the time.
But I'm glad that we're talking about this. We have to keep this up. I heard that Merriam-Webster and Dictionary.com just announced their 2020 word of the year, and the word is pandemic. We have all heard the word nonstop since March. It's dominated nearly every corner of the world. But ladies, I'm curious, if you had to choose a word to represent your 2020, what would you pick? Adrian, let's start with you.
I would say family. And the reason for that is because although I've always been extremely close to my family, I never realized, I never thought about the fact that I haven't lived with my family since I was 15, 16 years old. And the idea that at 37, I now had my whole family in my home and that I've been living with my mother again, who I literally have not lived with since 15 years old. What a blessing that's.
Society tells you to get the hell out of your parents' house and whatnot. Go ahead. That's cool. Search your dreams and shit like that. But I know a handful of individuals who haven't gone anywhere because they're all about family and they have no problem and they don't give a shit about what society is saying because family is very important in this world. You can't choose your family. You know what I'm saying? So don't regret not spending time with your loved ones all because your ego got in the way. You wanted to do whatever and whatnot. Just never forget where you came from. Family is important, especially in this time right now where they basically are breaking up families and new families aren't coming into the picture either. So just be appreciative for what you got. If you don't have to get out of your people's house right away, don't do it. You don't have to force it to prove a point. You know what I'm saying?
So, I mean,
nice.
for me, I think it just puts so many things into perspective, just recognizing how valuable that is and how much I love my family.
That's a good one.
That's
I love that. I love
beautiful.
seeing you with your
What
family.
about you,
It's a
Jeannie?
whole nother glow. I would say the word for 2020 for me is revealing. I think
That's a good one. I will go with that one also. I don't know if that's my top pick, but that's top 10. Revealing. I'm telling you, everybody showing their true colors. If you're a hoe, you showing that you're a hoe. If you're about business, you showing that. If you're about these fucking little scams that the media plays with you, then you're basically showing that you're a fool and nobody can talk to you with common sense. The list goes on.
I think all of us at 2019, we all were really excited for 2020. Like, this was the futuristic year. This was the year that was going to change everything. We were stepping into a whole new dimension.
It is changing everything. Stay tuned, because all of y'all are falling for the banana in the tailpipe, thinking that sleepy Joe Biden ain't going to fuck shit up. But, hey, this is the man that y'all wanted, because Trump represents patriarchy. He represents a man that's about business and whatnot. I'm not advocating for the man, but I could see the bullshit on both sides. But that's another story for another day.
And it actually revealed to us a lot that we still have to work on. And even though the pandemic is a word and it did keep us in, it did not keep the entire world in from showing up and protesting against what was wrong and what was systemically messed up.
Here we go with one of these bras that think just because you got dicked down by a so-called black man that the stories and headlines are sexually transmitted. Yo, just keep that shit to the left. We're tired of hearing about this bullshit. Protests have not solved shit since the fucking civil rights movement. But people still want to protest because they all are dying for attention. Being pro-black was big business, a big movement, and then a big fucking bunch of followers this summer. I told you, this year was revealing. If you don't know what the fucking Black Lives Matter movement is all about, you're fucking sleep. And you're going to stay that way.
Our society. So it revealed the things that we absolutely need to work on. We'll continue to do so until things are right.
2020 vision.
Yeah.
2020
See
vision.
clearly.
I would have to say, for me, navigating, the world in my own way and trying to figure out, sort of like being single. So my word would be vibrator.
What a goddamn shame, but she is not lying. She's 54 years old with 3 kids, and she says her word is vibrator. What does that tell you? All these bras that's chasing their careers in their 20s and their 30s, letting their great years go behind them, are going to result to a fucking electronic toy that's impersonating a man. It will never replace a man. All these bras with their vibrators and their nightstands, running out of fucking juice in their batteries, are fucking miserable. They drinking wine, they smoking weed, they watching Netflix, and they popping themselves with a vibrator, dude. All because of the name of feminism. All this womanism bullshit, this woman marches, black girl rock, all this fucking nonsense. And all that's gonna do is have you sleep at night with a vibrator. You're not gonna be sleeping with men. You could do that if you want to, but the men ain't gonna be fucking with you on a serious level. They're just gonna pop you and then go about their business. But these women don't get that. I ran into a situation to where I had to work the next morning and whatnot, so I didn't have all this energy. You know what I'm saying? I had to get up at like 5 in the morning. So I'm popping this broad. Just wanted to get my business done and just go ahead and sleep for a couple of hours. But mind you now, this broad, she's over-sexualized or whatever and whatnot. She still wants to go. I just want to get my couple of hours of sleep so I could just wake up and bounce in the morning. This broad basically asked me if it's okay if she could pop herself. Yo, I kid you not, man. These broads, they love porn. They love sex more than men. It's not even close. They think about sex more than men. They try to act like they don't, but they understand what they're here for. And they want to replace men with a toy. This shit is hilarious. You can't make it up. And this bitch, she should be ashamed of herself. Period. I hope you don't have any daughters.
Yes.
Well,
Y'all are
Go-
too
go on,
serious for
Garcelle.
me.
Listen.
That's my word for 2020, and I'm sticking to it.
well, as you
Stick
say,
to it.
stick to it.
Literally stick to it. All these bras know they got vibrators of themselves. Maybe Jeannie, she know she getting slaughtered by that thug motivation. Pause. But all these bras got vibrators on deck. Don't let them fool you. All these broads got vibrators on deck and they know what porn selection, what category they're going to when they're in the mood and they need that fix because no man is fucking with them at the end of the night. You can't make this shit up, yo, but that shit's hilarious, man. All these broads got a vibrator, fellas. Don't let them fool you.